Why, hello there, fellow boyers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients. Episode 43, Fulfilling Contract Agreements. The first thing I want to mention at the start of the stream is I was wrong about Scorpio's condition. A member of my community, GMT, dug into the code. So let me explain why I was wrong, because that's probably more important. The Archite pathing array, which is this thing, I misunderstood what it did. So what it's supposed to do is, well, all right, it is doing what it's supposed to do, but I misinterpreted. So it provides a second chance to gain a second random Archite gene, or, I misread it, or a second random offset gene after successful injection. So what that meant was Scorpio went through the lab and then got masterful cooking, but didn't pick up a second Archite gene, just a single Archite gene, but picked up two negatives, which is unattractive, which overrode her attractive, and alcohol dependent. And picking up alcohol dependent was correct. It's supposed to happen. It's not an and, it's an or. So both can happen, or one can happen. And yeah, so what I did was at the end of last stream, I removed this, but I put it back because it's supposed to be there. I misinterpreted the way the lab equipment worked, which is to say I might not use this lab equipment because the other issue that was highlighted by GMT was that the negative gene that you pick up randomly is not affected by the genomic attenuators, which lessen the effect of the negative gene. So it's a 50% chance to pick up a way worse gene than you would have picked up otherwise, which means the Archite pathing array probably isn't worth it. And it's also, once we have the ability to choose our genes, right? The aberration redirector, which chooses the negative one, and the trait selection, which chooses the positive one between two options. You can't choose the negatives or positives of the bonus ones. They're just kind of random, and you just get saddled with it. All right. The other thing is, Scorpio has asked to go through the Wonder Doc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off a prediction on that. Will Scorpio succeed in the Wonder Doc? Yes or no? So the Wonder Doc, I'm going to do the, and it's a 2-minute submission. So the way this works is there's 4 different types of Wonder Docs, and the chance for a malfunction, meaning the chance for it to work is 52%, the chance for it to not work is 48%. So it's almost a coin flip. And the Insta-Hab Wonder Doc, which I just queued up the cycle for, if it works, it removes the alcohol dependency, and if it doesn't work, it adds another drug dependency. So the other drug dependencies that it could add is Smoke Leaf, Psychite, Go Juice, or Wake Up. And anything but Smoke Leaf would be fine. Smoke Leaf, I don't like because it just is not a performance-enhancing drug, whereas Psychite, Go Juice, and Yayo obviously are. So in a way, it's annoying to supply that stuff, but it actually could be a net positive, especially for a brawler, right? If you pick up a Go Juice addiction as a brawler, it means you can't OD from Go Juice, meaning I can just use Go Juice every fight and have the brawler just rip and tear like Doom Guy. But I digress. We're going to trigger that. The other thing is, once Scorpio is out of coma, Scorpio is absolutely positively 100% going to take over cooking tasks, because Scorpio has an unbelievable bonus to butchery now. So I did some calculations on my own, and that butchery efficiency and butchery efficiency cap means I'm going to get so much more meat and leather off of all the things I butcher. It's crazy. So to that end, I think I'm only going to allow Scorpio to ever butcher. I honestly don't even really care who cooks, because the bonus to cooking is much less than you would expect, but the bonus to butcher is insane. So basically Scorpio is a dedicated butcher at this point. The other thing I was going to mention is, for the Scythers, I might just leave them here. The ship defoliator can only roll out to about 100 tiles. And our farm is well over 100 tiles away. If you wanted to do the math, it's 40 squared times 118 squared, Pythagorean theorem, right? But like, it's already 118 up. It's over 100 tiles away. Meaning that, like, this will kill some, like, Drago trees outside, but we just cut down all the Drago trees for wood, for chem fuel. So, like, honestly, I don't think the defoliator is going to do a whole lot of damage, and I'd rather just leave it here to mitigate any future raids that are organic of nature. So yeah, that's what we're picking up. And Scorpio, thank you for all the gifted subs, by the way. Cheers. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Breakfire, put that book down. You go carry Scorpio to the vault. Because you can go through the Instadoc in a coma, so I might as well just, like, double up, do both at once. So let's flick this bad boy on. Insert person Scorpio. Could he get two thrombo horns? I don't think so, but, like, it wouldn't surprise me if it actually happened. So there we go. The Insterhab. I feel like that's a typo. The Insterhab Wonder Cycle. And we'll see how that... with my luck, it's just going to be like, oh, congrats. You are a smoke leaf addict now. Now, I would very much like to grab these cougars, but I think, like, they're probably too close to these scythers. Oh, I've got another inspiration. Inspired trade. Ooh, inspired trade. Maybe I take the shuttle somewhere then. Dryden has restocked since last visit. It's food for thought. Although, you know, with that in mind, I do need a lot to make a lot of bows. Like, a lot of bows. Maybe buying wood is not, like, outrageous. But yeah, probably Breakfire shouldn't be, like, going to trade. Although I have 8 days to spend this. So, the big push right now is to get Breakfire to crank out a whole bunch of recurve bows, because in 19 hours I will have another quest for 33 short bows, and, well, we be busy. The other thing I might need to work out is, like, cleaning up some of these corpses, because there's a heck of a lot of them. So I'll probably want to batch burn them. I thought I had a Molotov. Do I? I don't. Okay, let's make a Molotov so I can burn them more easily. And that will wait. I don't know. I think I'll put that top of queue. All right, let's start working. What the? Do we not have the cloth or chem fuel? I have chem fuel. I have not the cloth. I see, said the blind man. So we can't even make Molotovs. Got it. Time to plant more cloth. Uh-oh, and also, time to kick the generator. Okay, Scorpio completed the Insterhab Wonder Cycle. It worked because the chance for malfunction for the Wonder Dock has gone up to 2/3, which means Scorpio no longer has alcohol dependency. Ta-da! You got cured. It was a coin flip and worth the gamble. So the yays have it. You are still in a coma for your injection. And Red Mist, you're closest. So Red Mist, go grab our... Actually, flick this first. Then carry, then exit. Oh, maybe it is an insta-rehab. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. I'm illiterate. Let's But yeah, let's pretend I know how words work. Alright, we still need to kick this. Radlocker, you have terrible melee. Oh, good kick! Almost 5k watts. Alright, Breakfire, I'm gonna have you haul some of the sketchy cougars, because once you get close to the scythers, you can long jump leg and break aggro. One of them still was like, yo, I want you. Does that doesn't aggro all of them. I wasn't planning on like whittling down the scythers here because they are like unwilling guardians of our vault. But if they're gonna hunt me actively, I'm gonna do something about that. Stupid scythers. You could have lived, but no. Come on, Break. Just finish the thing. Stop playing with your food. It's too bad I don't have, like, psycasts. Be able to blink it would be really nice. Alright. That didn't really work, so I'm gonna leave the zone alone. It's... Some cougar's gonna rot, but, you know, whatever. We have a lot of buildup of things to butcher now. Okay, Red Mist, you did what you were supposed to, but now it's time to finish the rescue. There we go. You were just, like, drafted the whole time. Like, why am I standing here? What am I doing? My bad. Alright, the quest for the other bows expires in 8 hours. I'll just accept it now. And the goal is going to be to try to make said bows. And then when I deliver the bows to... who's asking for them? Dryden? Okay, so when I deliver the bows to Dryden, maybe I trade with Dryden? Because Dryden is the Civil Outlander Union. Whereas the other bows are going to Babo, which is like a tribe. And I probably don't want to buy anything from the tribe, I'd imagine. Alright, who was hunting? Inu was hunting? Okay, Inu, you bagged your emu, good. Hey, Rylas, thank you for the resub. We still need to desperately search for, like, your more plasteel. Because once we're done with all these bows, we're going to have a big push for arms and armor. Then can we test if the pilot assistant did anything? Yeah, once you're, like, not in a coma, sure. Can't move you an inch till then, though. The other thing I should do is, on the ground of the regular kitchen, because the butchery is filling up, I'm going to allow also corpses that are fresh to be put there as well. Ooh, look at all this lovely art. Yeah, we'll just hunt everything. Why be picky? We got the shooters. So we almost have all the bows for Babo. And Babo is a cooking trainer and a construction trainer. I'm not really sure I need the cooking trainer anymore. I mean, I can give it to Scorpio to make him a 20. Maybe I'll do that just for the giggles. Because you might as well have him just be like an absolute master at his craft. Alright. The goodies of Luciferium timed out. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, the other thing I realized was Breakfire can take Luciferium as like a combat enhancing drug and not get addicted to it. So if I ever have like a big fight on my hands and I need break fire to work overtime, I can just like give him Luciferium as a temporary measure. Because he's drug impervious, substance impervious, which counts for Luciferium. Which is crazy. Oh, hey, look at that. You know what? I want to see this matchup. Stupid Scyther, get wrecked. Alright, and you two, apparently you want to die too? Get wrecked. I thought we, honestly, I really don't understand how Rhadamant got too close for the Scyther. Like, look at this zone. Wow, Shiny Berry also got too close? Are you kidding me? Go away, Scythers. Like, chill. I didn't get anywhere close to you. They'll turn around here in a moment. And I adjusted the zoning. I could obviously kill them off. It, like, wouldn't take a lot of effort. What I was hoping to do is to have the next raid or whatever go fight Scythers and then me play, you know, interference and beat both parties. Because, like, that's the smart play. Which is why I've been leaving them alone. Alright, temporarily, I'm also going to allow the... You know what? We have a lot of steel. Never mind. I'm not going to bother doing that. Okay, the 12 wolves are done. Let's load them up. And that will fulfill our quest to Babbo. Scorpio is up. And maybe we have Scorpio try to ship them. So Scorpio, you're needing a melee weapon. Where is the longsword? And now the gene queue is cleared. Good. So here is what I'm talking about. Scorpio just butchered 32 meat off a rat. I don't know what percent of his... Here, let's try to do the other rat. Because it's only missing 3% of its body. So normally a rat, you'd butcher for 21 meat. That's the default. And Scorpio just butchered it for 31. I think. It was kind of hard to tell. Let's do that again. Let's butcher the hare and not screw that up. So hare normally butchers for 21. And we butchered it for 32. It's quite the boon. Really, truly, quite the boon. Getting that, like, Masterwork Chef going on. It's ridiculous. Because one of the problems we were having was meat supply in order to make, like, chem fuel and stuff. And now that is absolutely not a problem. Alright. Oh, no. Oh, no, don't make more recurve bows. Shoot. Alright, the next thing we want to make is 33 short bows. And I accidentally made a recurve bow. Because I forgot to pause the bill. Oh my god, there's so many bills. So this relates to special offer. 33 short bows for an anti-grain warhead. So made by Breakfire. And then this should only have short bows in it. And there we go. It's now size 33. So once this stockpile is filled up with bows, we know we're done. Of course, getting the wood for that is going to be a little tricky. But, you know, whatever. Let's also lower the ingredient radius so it doesn't, like, go piecemeal grabbing a little wood at a time, but rather, like, group haul. When appropriate, you want an injection? Got it. Now, my plan was to remove the archaic pathing array. If you want it installed, you can specify that in your gene queue, too. But I think To my mind, it's like an unnecessary gamble, but I can leave it up to you. Okay. Scorpio, are you able to fly? Nope. Because you're incapable of even holding the controls. Got it. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter who goes. So I'm just going to have EU get in, because EU's a pretty good pilot. And we're headed to Babbo. Fulfilled the trade order. We now have a cooking and construction trainer. I'm just looking at what they have. They do have cloth. In hindsight, it would have been good for me to bring like a little bit of money so I could potentially buy the cloth, but oh well. I like the theory that like when the shuttles are cooling down, the pilot's just like asleep at the controls until it goes like boop boop, ready to launch. All right, skill trainers, unload all. Scorpio, when you're up, become a Uber cook. And then break fire, become an Uber constructor. 17, pretty good. So current priority is deliver 33 short bows. Pretty straightforward. And we're probably this time going to want to load up, and I'll probably buy the cloth on this run. Load up the shuttle with like money because we're going to go to a civil outlander union, which is going to have way better trade opportunities than anywhere else. I'll also load up like the recurve bow. I'm going to leave the short bows on the ground so that I can count them to know when they're done. That way I get like an accurate count. But we have like 5,000 silver. So might as well load it all up. And other than break fire, let's high priority haul for everyone so that I can get more of the wood that we need for the trade fulfillment. I like how this vulture's like, I know how to stay away from the hunters. I'll just hang out with the scythers. With my luck, I'm gonna get like a orbital trader. And all my silver will be loaded up into the shuttle. Like I almost am positive of that. Too bad it's not so easy to like weaponize the boomalopes by like herding a boomalope into the middle of a bunch of humanoid corpses and then like blowing up the boomalope to burn the corpses. Hey, toxin dump. I don't want toxin dumps. Ageless, beardless. The legendary LMG named the Trout. Well, my hatred for fishing extends to this weapon. It's legendary, but it doesn't have any like unique modifiers. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. The reason I don't like those quests is like we still don't have the oh, yep, I called it, guys. You heard it from me first. The moment I load up all my silver, an exotic goods trader would show up. Yep. Randy heard me and was like, ha, screw you, dude. Well, screw you, Randy. I'm smarter than you. So you watch this. I am going to move this beacon here. All right. Scorpio, time for selling. Actually, where were you? Were you hauling? Finish hauling the wood. Non-violent and robust. Wow, that's very confusing genes. All right, before I do this, I think what I need to do is I need to figure out if there's any genes I want to, and actually I think Breakfire is going to get a better deal because he has a trade inspiration. But before I sell anything, are there any genes here that I very obviously want to get rid of? I think I've done a pretty good job of like cropping the bad genes out, which means I don't think I have any genes to sell, so I'm going to turn that back off. So break. You talk to the trader because you have an inspiration. So ignoring the genes to sell, beardless and unhappy, I'm not going to buy. Perfect immunity, delicate, and psychic impervious. I do want to buy the archite capsules because that's how we become super soldiers. I wouldn't mind buying a skill trainer art because that will make Flip even better at art. An architect leg would be amazing, but I don't really know if I can really truly afford it. Yeah, affording that would be really pretty tough. Because if I bought that, I'd be beyond broke. Unless I sold like Bana guys. I'll do it. We have a okay amount of trimming right now, so I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, so yeah, here's a trade. Will they buy my art? They would, but I'll be able to sell my art to Dryden or whatever it's called when we go to deliver all the short bows. So I'm not too worried about that. So where did the... Oh, here it is. So architect leg, art trainer for Flip. And then 2 architect capsules, which will be loaded into the vault ramp and made ready for the future. So now he's at art 17. I figured that's probably going to pay for itself, considering he's been making a lot of art. Having to make higher quality art is just going to make us more money in the long run. Wow, Scorpio, you have, yeah, your high priority hauling, you are not butchering, and that is pretty obvious because we filled up. Well, now I have, basically no silver to load in for trades, but that's fine. Reinstall all beacons because now the oldest is in Gene Lab? True. Although they would land over here, which is kind of fine. Actually, I prefer that, because if we're going to get landed on by enemies, I'd rather have them be here than here. Here gives us no time to react. Here is annoying for us to, like, haul the stuff in to our base, but, like, it gives us a lot more time to react. So, actually, I kind of prefer it the way it is. We are up to 13. Got it. Who's got a med? Oh, right, you have a med emergency. So, 45 days. I'll wait 5 more days. I mean, you're in a coma. You can't really complain, can you? I feel like the animals are slowly realizing that I don't go... I mean, obviously, this is like selection bias, but that I don't go in there to mess with them. Maybe a tunnel and a door to that side? No doors can ever be made ever. Vault walls are completely impenetrable. You can't build on them. You can't destroy them. You could anti-grain them 1,000,000 times. They're not going to go anywhere. We would never, ever be able to build a door. This is the only way in and out. Only way. Unless one of my people picks up wall walking. There is a special ability that allows you to, like, walk through walls. That's not so much a door, so much as it is a ignoring walls, but like that would be the only way to go out there quickly. Well, the good news is it looks like we are finally getting through the backlog of hauling tasks so that we're getting to the shortbow stuff. And we're up to like 17 of shortbow stuff, so we're running low on wood, but we're definitely getting close to goal. So I might need to scour the map out here for some of the more mature Drago trees to cull them. To cut them down, rather. For whatever wood is left. Or, alternatively, make another extra trade run. And the extra trade run would allow us to, like, buy wood for the purpose of this trade fulfillment. But there's still some Drago trees out here. They're, like, nearing maturity enough that they'll yield wood when we cut them down. Oh, or just get a bulk goods trader. I mean, that works. With the issue here, of course, is I'm gonna need to proffer my. You know what? How about we just leave the beacon there? This art is obviously going to need to be offered up for this trade so that I can afford to buy wood or anything. That is an Deathworld starship. Did Palpatine write this book? Like, what the hell? That is the most Death Star book I've ever heard of. That's crazy. Alright, how to afford this thing? You know what? We have a lot of obsidian. I'll just sell some raw obsidian. It's, like, not a good deal, but for the purpose of trade fulfillment, you know, whatever. Well, we have 1 silver left over, guys. I'm rich! But we obviously have all the wood that we need for the rest of the bows, which gets us an anti-grain warhead, so, you know, it's worth it. Oh, Red Mist, you are going to be taken off of haul duty because them crops look pretty ripe. Yep, they are. Oh, look at our beautiful kitchen. It is absolutely stocked of meat and rice. And the reason I'm celebrating that is not too many, it was not too recent since we only had like 400 rice and that was it. And now we're up to 1,400 rice and roughly about the same of meat. That is great. Cheers, by the way. Ooh. Should I try to... yeah. I'm gonna try to save the ambrosia. The tea and the beer, like, we can make that. Can't make ambrosia. I'm gonna try to save the ambrosia with breakfire. No, I can always, like, hop, skip, leap away. Even this, like, silliest one hop, the moment you're in the air, you don't become a valid target for targeting. So that, like, single tile hop reset the Scyther's aggro, and he was able to get away. It's a little bit of, like, line of sight targeting abuse, but, like, it's just RimWorld. You know, I don't feel bad about that at all. That's why you send a single phase to do a single phase job. Yeah, rice does grow super fast, especially in these ancient green beds, because the ancient green beds are even more efficient than hydroponic basins. They're insanely fast, which is fantastic. Should I allow you to get married right now? 7 days left on that. Yeah, hell with it. I'm for the first time, I'm not going to cancel this wedding, as long as everyone can be in attendance. For reference here, the last like 4 times they attempted to get married, I stopped it because like Breakfire or Scorpio were in a coma, and I wanted them to attend for the mood bonus. But this time I won't interfere. I'll allow it to play out. So if you guys are worried about the oldest beacon being in this lab, the only vulnerable spot of this base for a beacon to be in is here. Because everywhere else is overhead mountain, which is impenetrable to pod drop raids. So we wouldn't want this to be the oldest beacon, because then pod drop raiders would land right in our landing shuttle area, which would be the absolute worst place for them to be, because they would skip the whole like, hey, turrets, entryway, etc. So I don't care where the oldest beacon is, as long as it's not near the lava, because that will burn up the stuff we trade for, and it's not near here. If it, I've been reading chat. If I thought it was a problem, I would have dealt with it. I just don't want you guys arguing over something that like really doesn't matter. Oh, the impet can be scanned. From the looks of it, it almost seems like I need more shelves. Oh, let's turn that around. That way I can actually put shelves down. So let's do it like this. You remember why we're making tons of bows? Yes, it is for a nuke. Wait, Radlocker, you failed at making... Oh, why are you on construction? Oh my god, that is my fault. Yep, my bad, my bad, my bad. Uh, 31. So this is these. Okay, only 2 more bows. Apparently we can't place things in the doorways. Like, or at least not on purpose. Which is honestly news to me. Maybe, vault doors are like special? There we go, all 33 bows. Now, before we like make extra bows, because God knows I would do that, I'm gonna cancel the bow queue. And there we go. 33 short bows ready for an anti-grain warhead. I feel like I'm supplying the Civil Outlander Union, Dryden specifically, with like weapons for them to fabricate a cause for war against tribals or something. Like, why would a Civil Outlander Union need 33 short bows made not in their own colony? Because God knows the Civil Outlander Union knows how to make short bows. So why would you import short bows? If you're gonna frame a local tribe for like arms dealing or something, or like arming a tribal militia, but like you don't want your fingerprints on it or something, I don't know. I'm very about that specific trade, especially given that they're going to give me a nuke for it. Seems very sus. I'm on to you, Dryden. You're not civil at all, are you? That would be a neat mod, which is like the civil unions ask for civil things, and the pirate, like the rough ones, ask for rough things. You know, more aligning with their own faction. I wouldn't be a big mod, but it would be a nice sort of vanilla flavory change. Yay, we got your sandy blonde hair. Great, we got your male pattern baldness. Woohoo! We cured masculinity, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? Hold on. I can't smash the... No, just leave the gene there. I don't even care. I know someone will buy it, but like, I'm not selling baldness to someone. I see what is happening in my cloth. That's why I don't have any Molotovs. We've been making it into drugs. All right, hold up on that. And we're almost ready to deliver the special offer. Now, the other question is, I have for you guys, should I go to the stash of goodies, which is the Great Assassinator? It's an unknown threat. I'm thinking about it. Eventually, the stream, I do want to get to the Super Soldier Lab for sure. There's also the Marauder Lair. So the question is, what other attack site takes top priority? The Assault Marauder Lair or an Antigrain? The what is it called? Stash of Goodies or a legendary sniper? Those are the like those are the ones with like tight time budgets. So I'm gonna pit those up against one another if we're gonna do, you know, and I guess neither. I could try for both, but I don't want to guarantee it. But neither is a viable option too. So there you go. A little bit of time on the clock. And for reference, the Great Assassinator has lower damage, but it fires fast and is pretty accurate. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community in Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ancients.